Hello, ladies. There are so many newbies in the group that I thought today I would go back to the basics and show you how to apply this crazy cream makeup. So if you've been here a while, you might want to skip this video if you've been here a while and you just need a refresher. And if you're new, then this video is for you. So I'm getting my hair out of the way and let's start out. Some of you might have started with just a 4 compact. This is a 12. This is the size I recommend that you start with because you have 2 layers and room to grow. But today we're going to do just the basics, and we're going to start out by scary contour. So many of you are afraid of contour, and it is a game changer. So today I am using olive contour. So the contour is textured differently than our cream foundation. So it might at first be a little hard to pick it up on the brush. It's not as creamy as our foundations, and my bedroom is cold. So the temperature of where you store your makeup makes all the difference, especially with your contour. So if you find your contour is kind of hard and you're having a hard time getting it to pick up on the brush, kind of like I am right now, you can run a blow dryer on a very low setting right over the top. One other trick is I find that if you do your makeup with the same brush and you're going back and forth between all your colors, sometimes the creams will get a little buildup on them, like this little layer of film. And I can tag you if you're interested in a video I did in this group a while back about how to melt your tins. And when you melt them down, if you have that little film on there and you take a toothpick and you stir it around, I recently did this to my daughter's makeup because I was like, what is wrong with your makeup? No offense if she's watching. And there was just this film layer, and it just grossness. It all came up with a toothpick, and now the makeup is just fresh and applying like it did when it was new. So if you are having trouble, reach out to me. I am using the detailed brush. It's shaped like a broom and it works amazing for contour. This is olive. So I'm going to find like the hollow of my cheek, and I'm going to apply that contour just in that hollow. And you want to be careful of how far down you bring that contour. And like I said, I could use the blow dryer trick here myself. So I'm just tapping it in, kind of pushing it in an upward motion. And I'm not coming down past my eye here. Now, I have more mature skin, so I'm all about lifting, so contour is your friend. And we're going to do it to the other side. So finding the cheekbone, and then normally for most of you, it's going to line up with like the top of your ear. And after you have done this a few times, I'm not kidding, you are going to be a pro. And having the right tools really makes a difference. So this is olive contour. It's more of a neutral. I usually wear Astoria, which is a darker contour. So it's just personal preference, and it depends on if you have warm skin tones or cool skin tones. And if I color matched you, that's something that I look at when I pick out a contour for you. So it makes a difference. So we're going to contour our jawline because no one likes a double chin. I also did like a rainbow across my forehead. Contour is a cool color, so if you're wondering what's the difference between contour and bronzer, bronzer is a warm tone color and it brings the warmth like a sun-kissed glow. Contour is cool and creates natural shadows. So this brush, just on the edge here, I'm going to stamp a little bit on my nose. And you don't have to contour your nose. This is an extra step. And I usually overblend my makeup at the end, so you'll probably see me come back and redo this contour. And then I like to put a little under my bottom lip just to give a shadow there, so it gives like an illusion, maybe not that shadowy, illusion that my lip is fuller than it really is. All the little tricks, girls. Okay. Most of you probably have the 3D brush. This is a #1 brush that I always recommend, and I'm using a couple different highlights right now. If you're new, I matched you to 2. a main foundation color and a brightener. Right now I'm kind of in between my winter and summer, and so I'm just kind of mixing them together. I got a little bit of sun over the weekend, so I'm just kind of mixing my winter and summer colors together. So this 3D brush is a medium coverage brush. So if you're a full coverage girl and you want more full coverage, then you're gonna want the buff brush. It's a denser brush, it picks up more product, and it is a more full coverage. I do a full coverage sometimes, especially if I want to like glam up, but I know a lot of people do like a full coverage look. I am more of a medium to light coverage girl on a normal basis. So I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyes as well. My eyes have a tendency to be kind of veiny. I think it's the fair skin and freckles. And I'm just kind of tapping it in a little bit as I go. You can apply, there is no wrong or right way. Let's just say that. If you've been here a while, you have probably watched me do my makeup, and you have probably come up with your own technique of how you like to apply it and what works for you. Some of you don't even use a brush. Some of you just use your finger and then blend it in with a brush or blend it in with a beauty blender sponge. This makeup is all over social media, so we all have our way of blending. Okay, so my favorite brush for blending is the blush and bronzer brush. I know I said I was only gonna use 2 brushes. I lied. I just want to show you all the things. I love the blush end of this brush for blending, and I like to blend in. I'm not doing my contour, but I'm just kind of blending in that main foundation color before I go into my brightener. Okay, now I'm gonna go into my second highlight color, which is going to be lighter than your main shade. And the color I'm using right now is Aura. And I'm going to use the small end of that detailed brush that I did my contour with. I've been using linen, but I switched over to try out Aura for a little while. It's not quite as bright. And I have more mature skin, so I'm just tapping it really gentle in the inner corners. So the eye area is so thin and delicate. You want to be super careful with that fragile skin under there. Okay, down my nose, I'm not very good with a brush, so I'm gonna use my pinky, and I'm gonna bring this down in between those contour lines, and then kind of just in my T-zone area. Oops, I just dipped into the wrong color. So our faces are not one-dimensional. You hear me say this all the time. So why in the world would you slap on one whole color of makeup? You should look like you. So look like your skin, just with a little bit of improvement. So that is the goal here. So now I'm going to use this blush and bronzer brush, and I'm gonna tap in that brightener. And I'm gonna just kind of tap it in around that eye area. There's like a hair on my brush here. I didn't apply it directly under my eye because I find that putting a lighter color under here, if you think of traditional concealer, you would naturally just, what we've been taught is apply it to the whole under eye area. That actually makes it look worse. So you just want to do the inner and outer corners to add brightness. So the Perfector sponge, you might know it as the Beauty Blender. This is Seint's Perfector sponge. Here, these are 2 different colors, but here's what it looks like dry. Do not use it dry. Run it underwater and keep wringing it out, and it gets all poofy, and then squeeze it out into a towel really good to where it's just damp, and you can blend your whole face in with this. Sometimes I do that, but I always use my Perfector sponge at the end to make sure I wasn't heavy-handed, especially around the eye area. And timeout. I just realized I didn't blend in my contour. Do you want to know how many times I have walked out of the house, got in the car, saw myself in my rearview mirror, and realized that I had a line of contour around my jawline? Don't forget to blend that contour. I am the worst. All right, bringing it down. Push that contour in an upward motion, up into the hairline. See, even I don't do it perfectly. It's the magic of cream. It is blendable. Now I will finish tapping. And this little sponge, in the beginning, you're gonna be heavy-handed because especially if you're coming from liquid, you are going to probably cake the cream on and message me how horrible it is and how much you hate it. Less is more. I cannot emphasize that enough, that the less product you use, the better, and it's buildable. And these little tins are small, but they're mighty. They will last you a long time. Okay, my nose is looking a little separated there because I did get some sun and it is starting to kind of peel there. I also burnt my hairline, and I'm always so good about wearing a hat and sunscreen. And I was out of town, had sunscreen on my face, but did not have a hat and thought that I was okay. I was wrong. Okay, now we're gonna go on to lip and cheek. Now we have so many lip and cheek colors to choose from, and it is just personal preference. Everybody likes a different blush and a lipstick, and I think it's really fun to have a variety. We have satins, we have glosses, we have semi-glosses. So for today, what colors should I do? See, this is a problem, having too many colors. I'm going to use my blush and bronzer brush, and let's see, what should I do? Should I do Rosewood? I've been wearing so many pinks lately. I'm a total pink girl, but Rosewood is one of our shades of the season. It's available right now, and let's give it a try. I'm tapping in. I'm going to smile, and I'm going to apply that blush just above the apples of my cheek. So think of the 2 finger, and there's different ways of applying blush. Doing your cheeks, it just depends on your face shape. If you are trying to create a fuller face, you're going to apply it more to your apples. For me, I am all about lifting. Lifting my face. I am nearing 50. I just had a birthday. I'm not 50 yet, but I am just flipping over to the soft end here. Well, the big fluffy end, just to make sure everything is blended. Okay, now let's do an illuminator. Okay, so we have different illuminators. This one is rose gold. We have them in all different colors. An illuminator is, in the regular makeup world, you probably want to say it's a highlighter. It's going to give you that youthful glow, kind of that lit from within, and you apply it just above your cheekbones, on your nose, your cupid's bow. But if you're one that doesn't like the colored shimmer from an illuminator, then you would want to try out our balm. This is balm, and it is going to give you the glow without the shimmer. So it's going to give you just that natural dewiness, just that little natural dewiness. Let's put some down the nose without, maybe down the nose isn't good because my nose is burnt. Let's not highlight that. Without the shimmer, it's just going to give you some dewiness. But if you are more about the color, then this is rose gold, and this is one of our perfumes. This is number 6. It smells amazing. Okay, so I don't know if you can see in this lighting, but this is rose gold. I try to always remember to do, I forgot to do my lips. Illuminator, because it just brings that youthful glow. Let's just tap it in here a little bit. And I don't know. There. Can you see a little bit of that glow there? Don't skip illuminator. Plus the rose gold perfumes. We have 6 different scents. Smell amazing. Okay. Forgot to do my lips. And there's like hair. Okay. So we have lip conditioner. My lips are super chapped. I was in San Francisco with my husband over the weekend. He had to go for work. So I tagged along and it was so windy. So windy, my lips are horrible. And I was caking on all the lip conditioner that I could. Okay, so I put rose gold on my cheeks. I don't have to put that on my lips, but let's do that today. You can use your finger. Where's rose gold? See, I have too many compacts. You can use your finger. You can also use, this is the multitasker brush. I'm gonna tap into that rose gold. I used to be one that never wore anything on my lips, ever. It drove me nuts. Even today, I can't stand sticky like lip gloss. There's like all these glow oils and stuff, like plumper oils. And I have tried a bunch of them. Like my daughter and I went through Ulta and we're testing them all out. And I can't stand anything that just feels sticky. So I was super hesitant on Seint's lip and cheeks, like on my lips. They're not sticky at all. This is rose gold is a satin, and because my lips are so chapped, I applied it over that lip conditioner. The satins are going to be more potent, more pigmented. That's probably the better word. But there we go. Look how much better I look already, and I haven't even filled in my eyebrows or put on any eyeshadow. Then from here, you're going to want to set your makeup. So there's 2 ways of setting. I recommend our setting spray. This is from Seint. Any setting spray is fine. I sprayed this on my face before I started my makeup. I love to use it as a primer. It works amazingly. And if you have oily skin, you probably want to set with a powder, and I'll show you that in a second. But I love our setting spray. You can just spray it on your face, tap it in with your beauty blender, and you will keep that dewiness, that dewy look that you have from the cream. But if you like more of a matte look, or you have more oily skin, I know a lot of you use both. You want to use a translucent powder. Any translucent powder is fine. Do not use a colored powder because it's going to go over the top of what you've just created, adding all the 3D makeup and giving your face all the structure. You want to make sure your powder is translucent. This is Seint's. I have 2 in here together. Obviously, I'm almost need a new one. This is called Vanilla Dust, and it's very fine milled. And if you have oily skin, I usually just apply this to my T-zone because I like to keep that dewiness. Or if you like more of a matte finish and you're not into the dewy look, you could apply this all over. But I'm going to tell you that if you are a more mature woman with more mature skin, get used to the dewiness because the dewiness is so youthful. Your skin just looks, I don't know, I can't explain it. If you wear Seint makeup, you get it, right? Comment below and tell me I get it. The dewiness is so youthful and it's just vibrant, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite things about Seint, besides the fact that all my makeup fits in one compact. So reach out to me if you have questions. Comment down below if you need any help at all. I'm always available. I want you to feel beautiful. I want you to love your makeup. So thanks for watching, ladies. Have a great day.